Hello, Internet. So, I am going to show you a bit of the IBMiCmds plugin and what it can do. So I'm going to use two different source files here. As you can see, I've got a nice function list, very useful. I can jump to the function and so on and so forth. That's not part of the plugin, but that's an extra. That comes with the syntax highlighting, which is really, really nice. Firstly, I'm going to simply put some errors in. So if I compile this, I can double click on this bind. This is a bind. I'm going to double click on this binding. Binding will actually run some commands to compile and then display the errors, and there are no errors found, which is good. So let's just add some errors. Let's just change the name of that. Let's do a thing. It's just ABCD. Remove that. Create some errors, and then recompile it, or at least attempt to. Oh god, that's a lot. But you can skip to the line, so on, so forth. Maybe that was a bit of a strange error to put in. So if I put that back in, and then to show that I fixed it, and then we recompile it. Oh, I get a much better one. So ABCD is not defined, and obviously I just double clicked on it and it took me to the line. And then also the name of indicator open file is not defined, which is this right here, because we changed the name of it, didn't we? Removed the N. And just to show that it can jump to the line, double click and it takes me to the line, which is good. So now simply to fix it, we firstly remove ABCD, and we also add the N back, and then we go ahead and compile it again. No errors found, hooray, it worked, which is great. Next one is an SQL program, as in it's an RPG SQL program. I'm going to put an error in somewhere. Let's just do our good old ABCD, and then I don't know. Let's change that to an int, just to really cause some issues. And then I can just double click on this binding that I have to compile it. And that's actually an SQL error. So LURL not defined or not usable, which is this. Oh, I didn't even know it could do that. I didn't know it was actually reporting SQL errors. I'm quite proud of that. If I change that back to a character, then the precompiler should effectively compile it. I hope. Wasn't intending for that to be an error. I was just... There we go. ABC is not defined. Takes us to the line right at the top there. We can remove it. Recompile it. No errors found. That's good. That's what we want. So now we're going to talk a bit about the bindings and also the command entry screen. So the command entry screen allows us to enter commands. So this is a C. I'm going to change my directory, and then on the same job I'm also going to do a create bound RPG. So those two commands will run on the same job when I submit them. Each time you submit a set of commands, they will run on different jobs. So I can press Control Enter and that will submit the command. And they should both pass. That's a lot more than what I wanted. Oh, that's actually showing all of the results. That is a little bit of a bug, but now I know what to fix. So as you can see, it's actually, these are all the attempts at compiling the programs from the bindings, so on and so forth. But as you can see, the commands that we've entered down here have both passed successfully, which is good. So now if we go back to the bindings, we can edit a binding and we can view what it does. So this is the build binding, and the first command it will run is the cd to change the current directory. The second one is a create bound RPG, and the last one is errors. And this actually just says when at the as the last command, when we've done the compile, display the errors for the build object in this library, and then it will switch to the error listing window and it will display the errors. And the same with relic. It's just a simple cd create SQL RPGI and then another errors, which will load the errors. That's quite simple. It's quite a straightforward plugin. It's very useful for, I think, 3 days work, and I'm quite proud of it. So if you're interested, please just feel free to let me know, and maybe you can try it.